Hey cuties. Welcome back to another day in Vlogmas, where every day I'm posting a video up into Christmas, and I am really excited. I'm going to be building a end of the year BYOP. I did take out all of the shades from my previous BYOP and put them back in my collection already. I'm going to be switching the size of my palette yet again to this Cleona small palette. I believe this is going to fit 12 eyeshadows, and I think that that's going to be a great number for me. And it's really sturdy and has a great mirror. So I'm going to use this. But quickly, I really do want to I want to declutter a couple eyeshadows out of my round singles here. So let's just move this over and bring those other shades to the center. During my No Pan Left Behind, I really have realized I don't need a lot of the blue shades that are stuck in here. And really, I just have like this hunk of shades. And I don't want any of these anymore, really. I don't reach for them. I don't really enjoy them that much. And I have shades like these in palettes, so I'm not going to miss out on them. Maybe I don't have shades quite like that, but I have shades similar enough in my collection to those that I really don't need these two. And if I was going to keep one, I would keep the purple. But maybe I'll just keep the purple and not. I don't know if I have anything really quite that dark, but the blue I definitely have shades similar to that. And then these two blues, I have similar shades in the All I Ever Wanted by Unearthly, and they're like multi-chrome kind of shades. So I don't really need these standalone metallics. They're beautiful. They were really pretty. They were both from the Masquerade palette, I want to say. I don't remember this one in particular. But they were really pretty. Like, those are very pretty eyeshadows. I don't wear blues. I'm not super comfortable in blue. I already have the Natasha Denona Purple Blue palette that has a ton of these kinds of tones in it. So these are just going to go away from my collection. That's honestly very freeing. Is there anything else I really can see myself just passing on? I don't need this. I don't need a cream shade like this. That's gonna go. I will also get rid of this one. I don't ever reach for this one. It's a beautiful shade. This is Looksy Cosmetics Bitch Fit, and it's beautiful. It's just kind of older in my collection, and I have shades so similar to that time and time again. I don't need that. This empty pan is gonna go. That had the shade Chocolat from the Juvia's Place Deuce palette. This is a matte with a lot of sparkle in it. This is the ColourPop shade Get Crackin'. It was in the Going Coconuts palette. It's a pretty shade. I have really not, no, never mind. I'm not ready to do that. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to really just kind of probably pass along all of my Juvia's Place, or like a good portion of them. This one is cracked and it makes me nervous to reach for it and put it in palettes. This is such a beautiful shade, but it's so old, and this was from the Deuce palette. This guy here is another old one. Same thing with this orange here. I don't reach for them. And I say that, I don't reach for this often either. This is going to go too. That guy. This guy. I feel really comfortable getting rid of this chunk of eyeshadows right here and just moving those out of my collection. I'm happy with that. We need to rearrange this puppy pretty soon, don't we? We have so many things missing. Ooh. Okay, so I went off camera and then did a whole lot more decluttering, clearly. And now that I'm looking at it, I should just get rid of this one too. These are, my Juvia's Place shades, which are the majority of these ones, are very old in my collection. They have gone to many locations that we've lived at, and I know I really shouldn't be putting them on my eyes anymore. I have a lot of eyeshadows still in my collection and palettes. I don't need these singles. Through No Pan Left Behind, I realized I really don't want this many mint shades in my collection. How much can I really wear a mint? And if I do, I can just like finish one. So I'm gonna part ways with all of these. These are all very old in my collection. I have some shades from Bare Minerals from so long ago that I pressed into this. Like, I love these colors though. This would be such a cute little trio in my opinion. These are so old in my collection. I can't admit how old they are. They're so old. I really don't use a silver all too often, so I have other bright silver shades in my collection elsewhere. Happy to declutter. I don't really reach for yellows like this all too often. I don't like yellow golds all too much like this, and I have the Natasha Denona gold palette that has much better golds in my opinion than that one. And then these are all Juvia's Place and one Morphe shade, and then everything else is Juvia's Place from Decluttered palettes. That is very freeing. That was just a little impromptu declutter sesh. How fun is that? So I have my palettes here that we're going to go through. These guys here, love this for us. When I think New Year's, I just want like the most sparkly kind of things, and now that I've touched everything, I feel like I know, at least I have an inkling on what the most sparkly things are. I am going to leave space in this palette for one shade, so I'm only going to fit 11-ish shades in this palette. I'm going to put the pan that I'm working on in a project level up in here just for more visibility on it. I do want to pick some of these Lost Library shades. These are so freaking pretty. I've been wearing Codex a couple times this week, and it really has lit a fire under my butt that I want to use these way more than I have given myself permission to. So I want to use Scroll here, which is so pretty. Oh, is that even going to do justice to it? Then what other shade? It's hard to see the dimension and shift in these from my angle right now. Maybe both of these then. Oh man, how many do I want to put in? I lied. We're just going to have a row of these Fantasy Cosmetica ones because these are really just so beautiful. This guy here is Song. Let's swatch these out next to it. Ooh. So that guy there was the one we already looked at. Then this guy is Song. More purpley kind of shift to it. This is Tomb. And then lastly, I want to bring in this guy here. That is Book. This one has a bit more like mauve-ness to it, I want to say. Maybe that was a straight up lie. It's a little bit more like silvery, taupey kind of. Ooh, so it looks like I'm going to have to fit my Cleona shades. I think this is the palette that Sophie Alexandra uses for her Armageddon project, and I think she has to put her Cleona shades on the side of it. So that's probably what we're going to have to do today for this, but those are all of the Fantasy Cosmetica shades I want to stick in here. Let's talk Cleona. I feel like this is where I want to see what I want to put in here, you know, like this is really what I want to use for this beautiful sparkly time of year. The glitter iridescence, and this is really what I want to wear. So let's see this guy. Oof. Yeah. This guy here, that is Gloaming, of course. I love Gloaming. This is a great shade. Feeling like maybe this guy. No, I want this guy. This is Glisten. This I could not stop putting down a little earlier this year. This is a pinky kind of multichrome. It has like really cool toned pink to it, pink purple iridescence. I really love this. I just want to wear this. Yeah, she's coming in the palette. So is this one. It's a little more pinky with gold than that Glisten was, where Glisten has a little bit more periwinkle to like fuchsia. This guy has like gold to purple pink. It's so pretty. So we're going to put that guy in there too. What else? Okay, maybe let me go back to my round singles and pull some things out of here, I think. I would like to reach for, I think, this guy, a Frog Among... No, this is Light as a Feather. It's really pretty. It has kind of a pink to blue. And I think that will be really, really gorgeous. Pull Good God in. This is a very pretty shade as well. more of the purple tones, and I definitely feel like this time of year I want to wear these kinds of tones more often than other times of year for me. Also was eyeballing this guy. This is Sunlit. No, this is Nightingale from Pretties for Your Face. Just a really, really beautiful shade. Should we put a couple matte shades in here to just ground things out? So we do need to leave one spot over. So yeah, I'll put one shade, one matte in here just to kind of make it so I can use this to create any look kind of thing. I think what I'm going to do is let's put the shade I couldn't decide if I wanted to declutter or not a little earlier. This is the shade Get Crackin' from ColourPop. Let's pull that in and see if I really want to keep this in my collection or if I'm ready to part ways with it. That's going to be almost like a purgatory spot for it. So you guys already know what I'm working on. It's a hard shade to hit pan in. So this is going to be the palette we're going to be working with over the next couple days to wrap up December before the new year. I like the addition of the red during the holiday-ish time. I know it's about to be past the holidays, but I do like the addition of that. I think it'll go really well with the pink up here as well as Good God even. And a lot of these iridescents will look really pretty with this. And I can warm up the brown if I don't feel like it's warm enough for some of the shades in here. And I really wanted to do this more so with a lot of shimmers so I can put other palettes on my desk to complement these extra sparkly shiny things. So we're going to have to reorganize this palette pretty soon because this is now looking very, very bare and barren. So we'll be doing this in January at some point. Once I use these shades, I need to tuck them back. I will be filming another, reorganize my singles with me now that we've decluttered a good handful of singles out of my collection. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my BYOP today. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season no matter what you celebrate. And I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.